I have something that I haven't told you guys. This has been a year, maybe a little shy of a year in the making. Don't think that it happened overnight or that it was easy or uncomplicated necessarily. Surprise, we've added another farm to the sanctuary. If you don't know our whole story, it started with this farmhouse. It's a 200-year-old historic home, and it came with, I'm like losing track now, 60-ish acres, I guess. And it was the central hub for my sanctuary, the 501c3 Rescue Wild Things Sanctuary. My boyfriend moved in with me shortly after, and it is essentially in the middle of nowhere. Most people who visit are a little scared. This is like a whole new level. Anytime somebody comes, I have to tell them, like, you're gonna go down a dirt road, you're not gonna see anything, but I promise I'm back here. I've loved it. It's so peaceful. I could tell you every car that drives down this road every day, partially because I have cameras, but also because nobody drives down this road except for the mailman. I can go outside in my pajamas and I don't have to be paranoid if my dogs are barking, or I don't know, I just love it. Another huge benefit to moving out here, which was admittedly much further away from like all the modern conveniences than I wanted to be, is that it was so much cheaper. So a lot of people have asked like for a video that goes into the specifics of how to start a sanctuary or fund something like this, quit your day job and dedicate yourself to this, be it like an actual animal rescue or just even like a little homestead. I know there's a huge thing right now. I want you guys to be able to see this little pig too. Well, sort of. And I've been meaning to make that video. I know it's a video that I would have wanted to watch prior to figuring this out, but the truth is I don't really know exactly how it all like fell into place. I do know one of the things I tell people, the real estate is so important in this. I started with the help of family, not on my own originally, because I think I was like 20 when I got into my first house and it was a huge fixer-upper. But basically steadily every house that has been purchased and sold since then has always had a great return on it. And so this last one that you all first became acquainted to me in was in an area that was being developed so fast, and we got it as a foreclosure, and that house's value skyrocketed. It still is. We should have hung on to it. But the way it worked out, because that one was in an area that was so desirable, even though it was a smaller house and had less land, and frankly, I just didn't really like that house at all, it still was worth more than this house with a ton of land and fencing and barns and just this amazing home and a pond and all that stuff. So that's going to be your biggest thing. And that is what has truly allowed me to get here, is like making those kind of smart investments. And by looking much further out, I'm getting to the whole point of this video. By looking much further out and in a remote location, there's a ton of vacant land around us that was also for sale. And so the first thing we did to expand, basically in like a U shape around this property, was another 80 acres for sale, totally undeveloped, but it was for sale for a super reasonable price. And so after being here for, I don't know, 6 months or something, you always need more space with all these animals. And so made an offer on that and bought it. We haven't truthfully done anything with it. We've cleared a little bit. That land is mostly just going to be for, pasture expansion. There was a farm on the other side of that, a little 15-acre tract with a house, with barns, with land, with animals. They decided they wanted to move probably a year after we'd been here. And my mom was looking for kind of her retirement home, but really wanted a little farm. I can't tell you how many times she'd come visit and just say, you're living my dream. Like, this is what I want to do. And so that came for sale. And I was like, Mom, are you serious? It's a perfect home for like her to retire in and live out her days on her little farm right next door to me also. And so bought that. And she now permanently, exciting update, lives there. Then finally, here we are. I don't even know, probably like 7 minutes in. The whole point of this video, there was another piece of land on the other side of that, about 15 acres, I think. At the time, it was owned by a couple, a really sweet couple who would just come out to enjoy the country now and then. They were considering parting with it. And this property had like electrical hookup and a big cleared spot and everything. And so it was a potentially great spot for a homestead. I've like manifested this reality. That's the best way I can put it. And I don't even know that I know much about like manifesting things or like dream boards. Or I don't know anything about it really, except that I've been saying for years, I want to live in the middle of nowhere on a farm in an old southern home and just save animals all day long. I don't want to have to go to work. And I want all my friends and family to come and live with me on the land. That's been it. But it's, I mean, come on, who doesn't want that? And like, how does that ever happen? I don't even know. I don't know. But it is. Shannon is a friend of mine for the last pregnancy brain. I don't know, maybe 5 years? I honestly have no idea. Years. And she was like, you know what? I want a farm. I want to get out of a subdivision. Again, she owned a home in a subdivision in that same area that I sold my home in. So property values were up. And she just said, I am tired of this life. It's not what I want. She loves animals. She wanted to cut back on her work hours, her 9 to 5. Actually, her day starts at like 4. Hi. And just enjoy this. She's the first of hopefully many people that have agreed to my insanity. What we did for her, rather than building from scratch, I personally would never want to custom build a home. It's so expensive. You always go over budget. There's so many unpredictable things. The timeline can be years and years. I also don't like making that many decisions, so it would just go terribly for me. The closest I think I would ever have considered is like a barn dominium, which is probably what my sister and Brandon are going to end up doing. The other option though is manufactured homes, which have come such a long way. And so we started looking into that as an option, and they're really expensive right now. With all of like the building supplies and everything being back ordered, brand new ones were just insane prices and like an insane waiting period. My gosh, are they gorgeous. I mean, I was like ready to part with this house and trade houses because some of these things are beautiful. What we ended up finding, this has come with its own basket of problems. So if you're someone that's watching this, hoping for like ideas, inspiration, kind of a guideline maybe for how to live out your little farm dreams, like in an affordable way that allows you to work less or whatever, this can do it. But it's going to have its own problems. I found someone that buys super cheap or old manufactured homes that need to be completely redone inside and out. He gets them, he does all that in a couple of months, and then sells them for much less than buying brand new. But essentially, in theory, you're getting a home that looks brand new, feels brand new, and has all the brand new, roof and floor and all that stuff, appliances. Overall, I think we're getting to the point where it has turned out pretty well for everyone involved at like half the price it would have been for the equivalent home from a dealer. We found it on Facebook Marketplace. It's like a 2,400 square foot home. It has 3 bedrooms. I'm gonna see if she's okay with us doing like a little tour of the inside, but we'll see. If not, that's totally fine. And it also lets her have space. So now she has donkeys, and some of the ones that we pulled from the kill pen are there right now while we work on getting more fencing up. And her dogs have space, and she has more space for her ducks and rabbits, and now she can have anything that she wants. Now we have an extra 10-ish acres and another person that is involved actively in the sanctuary, helping us out with all the projects and helping us take care of the animals. And we definitely reached a point where like that was needed. Obviously you want as few limitations as possible when you're trying to do something like this on this scale. Of course, finances is the biggest limitation. Space is a big limitation that now we don't have to worry about. And help is a big limitation. I don't want to discredit anyone that's reached out and been like, hey, we want to come and like volunteer, because I do get that. And so there's no shortage of people that are willing to come out and volunteer now and then. Unfortunately, we're not really at a point where we need that kind of assistance, I guess. Like, we don't need people to help feed the animals or clean the animal pens or basically anything with the animals. I easily handle on a daily basis, and having to like walk someone through it would actually just make my life twice as hard. So what we need help with is like the boring stuff that I can understand nobody wants to actually do. Like, sure, you can come out here, but like you're not going to interact with the animals at all, because what we really need help with is like building this barn or putting up this fencing or whatever the case may be. Not fun stuff. Hopefully, if you are someone that wants to move off the grid, do the homesteading, do your little farm life, get out of the city, get away from your 9 to 5, whatever it is, just know that, yeah, by making some smart choices, by downsizing and making some sacrifices, you can do it. What? Oh, here's Cone Head. Just when you thought that like a giant Newfoundland in the house couldn't be any more destructive, we put a cone on him, and now it's way worse. Back up, bud. Glad that it's finally finished enough to share it with you guys. And hopefully, okay, you're not a bird. The next we got another farmhouse or whatever update will be for my sister and Brandon. We are just building an entire community out here of like-minded people that want a simple life and want to dedicate their time to animals. So thankful that we've been able to do all this. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be able to. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications. Maybe I'll do a video soon about like this thing that you don't know anything about. I post a lot of animal content, a lot of content just about like, yeah, farming, homesteading, running this whole sanctuary on like a day-to-day basis vlogs. And now, thanks to this, which you can't really tell, but also now like baby and family content, I guess. Stick around if you would like to see more of all that, or just because you think he's cute. Do it if you think he's cute. There we go. That's probably better. That's a better motivator than anything I just said. You little mohawk. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta stop this video now. Oh, but you're so cute. Now we're doing a tummy scratches. Oh, baby. Yeah. I should have just spent the whole 20 minutes doing this. Nobody cares what I have to say. They just want to see you.